Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Wednesday, April 19, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. The Grizzlies entered this series beat up and game out of Game 1, even more so as the status of their star guard Ja Morant remains up in the air for Wednesday's game. An MRI on Monday showed soft tissue bruising in the guard's right hand, and he was seen at practice with the hand heavily wrapped. Even if he is capable of playing, how much of a factor can he truly be? He shot 8 for 14 and scored just 18 points in Sunday's matchup, playing 30 minutes before needed to depart in the fourth quarter. As a team, Memphis shot 47.2% overall in their loss to the Lakers, heaving up 36 three-point shots in the process, hitting just 13 of those. With Morant's injury and uncertainty, the tide seemed to have shifted, with the hosts now favored by just a point. Fair or unfair, it's a hard proposition to be picking against the Lakers at this point, in my opinion. LeBron and AD get the benefit of having 2 days between games, as does everyone, but who needs it more than them? They've been carrying the bulk of the load, but this team is now showing that is much more well-rounded than outsiders may have noticed. 4 of their starters scored at least 19 points on Sunday, and D'Angelo Russell adds a distribution level that was missing prior. The Grizzlies did not have an answer to Davis in Game 1, and that should be a massive concern, as he showed what can happen if he's left to rule down low. Memphis got to desperation mode, heaving up so many threes, and if Morant is out once again, we could see more of that. The Grizzlies are 1-5 at TS in their last 6 games. Take the Lakers plus 1 point. These two cleared the 228-point total put on Game 1 by 12 points. It was the first over between these two since they first met this season back on January 9th. For both teams, it was the 9th over in their last 10 games. Sunday's over showed that the Grizzlies will put up points even when their top scorer is not at the top of their game. It also showed that LeBron's age is merely a number and that he will take over a game at will still. With the 2 days rest between games, both sides get a decent little reset without any travel in the middle. The over is 7-0 in the Lakers' last 7 games following a straight-up win and is 4-0 in the Grizzlies' last 4 games on a Wednesday. Take the over. Miami Heat vs Milwaukee Bucks. Miami was able to steal home court advantage in their series against the Milwaukee Bucks by winning the first game by 13. Miami benefited from the injury to Giannis, as the former MVP only played 11 minutes, giving Miami the advantage inside. The Heat scored 62 points in the paint, while the Bucks only scored 46. Jimmy Butler led the way with 35 points and 11 assists in the win. Shams Charania of The Athletic reported that Giannis is trending in the right direction to play in Game 2. After watching Game 1, it is apparent the Bucks need Giannis to be in the lineup to win with their style of play. Milwaukee spaces the floor and forces the defense to build a wall around the rim to take away driving lanes for Giannis. Without him on the floor, defenses can lock down on shooters and force Milwaukee to play different styles. Chris Middleton stepped up and looked like his old self, going for 33 points and 9 rebounds on 60% shooting. Middleton had a down year as he was battling injuries and only averaged 15.1 ppg, his lowest total since the 2016-2017 season. Middleton appears to be at full strength and will need to be for the Bucks to make a deep run. Jrue Holiday had 16 points and an impressive 16 assists in Game 1. Bobby Portis provided a spark off the bench and played additional minutes when Giannis went down. Portis had 21 points and 8 rebounds in the game. Brook Lopez added 10 points and Grayson Allen had 12 as the other 2 starters. Miami took advantage of the injury to Giannis in this game. Sources say he is likely to play, and Vegas certainly thinks he will considering the spread is at 9. This Game 1 upset was not solely because Giannis was out. Miami shot 15-25 from 3. The loss of Tyler Herro makes a minimal impact when you are shooting 60% from 3, but when the shooting cools off, they will miss their reliable 20 ppg score. Miami will now be forced to play a tighter rotation or use Duncan Robinson, who has been benched this season after being a former starter. Milwaukee will go back to dominating inside, and the resurgence of Chris Middleton is a sign of good things to come for the Bucks. I expect Giannis to be back and get revenge here in Game 2 against a Miami team without one of their top scorers. Take Milwaukee minus 9 points in Game 2. Game 1 went over the total of 220.5, and that was with Giannis out for the majority of the game and Tyler Herro going down with an injury. The Bucks offense will be more efficient with Giannis in the lineup, and Miami will have time to prepare their lineups to adjust without Harrow. Milwaukee is in the top third of the league in pace of play and will look to push the tempo here. The Bucks rely on Giannis's ability to grab a rebound and push the ball down the floor in transition. They space shooters around him on the perimeter and find either layups or threes in transition. The other stars have been playing well. Middleton and Butler both scored 30+, and Holiday dished out 16 assists. Both teams are scoring the ball well, and this one will go over the total. Take the over 222.5 points. Minnesota Timberwolves vs Denver Nuggets. Minnesota finished the season with a 42-40 record. They survived the play-in games and finished as the 8th seed in the Western Conference. The Timberwolves lost Game 1 to Denver on Sunday, April 16. The Nuggets dominated the Timberwolves by a final score of 109-80. Minnesota shot just 37% from the field and 30.6% from behind the three-point line. They were out-rebounded by 16 boards in the game. The Timberwolves also turned the ball over 12 times, which Denver turned into 17 points. Anthony Edwards led the team with 18 points on 6-for-15 shooting. Jalen Nowell and Rudy Gobert are listed as questionable for the game on Wednesday. Jaden McDaniels and Naz Reid are listed as out. The Timberwolves are 40-43 against the spread this season. They are 20-21 against the spread on the road. Minnesota is 6-4 against the spread in their last 10 games. They did not cover the spread in Game 1 against Denver. The Timberwolves are averaging 115.8 points per game, which ranks 13th. They are shooting 49% from the field, which ranks 3rd in the league. They are making 36.5% from behind the three-point line, which ranks 13th. On defense, Minnesota is allowing 115.8 points per game, which ranks 18th. Opponents are shooting 47.1% from the field, which ranks 11th. They are forcing their opponents to shoot 36.8% from behind the three-point line, which ranks 24th. Denver finished the year with a 53-29 record, as they are the number 1 seed in the Western Conference this year. The Nuggets decimated the Timberwolves 109-80 in Game 1 on Sunday, April 16. Everything worked well for Denver in the game as they outscored the Timberwolves in 3 of the 4 quarters that they faced. The one quarter they did not, they tied with 22 points each in the 4th quarter. The Nuggets shot 41% from behind the three-point line in the win. Jamal Murray led the team with 24 points in the victory. The Nuggets are 46-37 against the spread this season. They are currently 27-15 against the spread at home this year. Denver is 6-4 against the spread in their last 10 games. The Nuggets covered the spread in Game 1 against the Timberwolves. Denver is averaging 115.8 points per game, which ranks 12th in the league. They are shooting 50.4% from the field, which is the best in the NBA. They are making 37.9% from behind the three-point line, which ranks 4th. On defense, the Nuggets are allowing 112.5 points per game, which ranks 8th in the league. Opponents are shooting 47.8% from the field, which ranks 20th. The Nuggets are forcing their opponents to make 34.4% from behind the three-point line, which ranks 3rd. It is hard to see Minnesota come close to Denver in this game or any game in this series. Their starting center Rudy Gobert finished with a plus of -28 in 26 minutes of play. If he continues to play heavy minutes, the Timberwolves could be in trouble as he rarely scores or looks to be an offensive threat. The Nuggets guards featuring Murray will be key in getting into the lane and attacking all night long. Take the Nuggets -8 points. The playoffs breeds higher intensity of basketball, and this game will be no different. Expect the Nuggets to shut the Timberwolves down and not allow them to score more than 100 points in the game. The under is 5-1 in the Timberwolves' last 6 road games. The under is 6-0 in the Nuggets' last 6 Wednesday games. Take the under 223.5 points on Wednesday.